As someone who has travelled in more than 130 countries, I could honestly say that England qualifies to be called as one of the most beautiful countries in the world. But nevertheless, it is fair to say that English country lanes pose a challenge to foreign visitors who are here to admire that beauty. The lush green vegetation on either side of these roads, mostly in form of hedges, become blinders, and it would make you feel like a racehorse. You have no idea what is around you.
That's the way we came, no? Is it not through this very narrow thing? Maybe not.
7 feet.
7 feet is how much can you make it?
Did we come through here?
No, we did not come through here.
Huh?
No. Can you go?
No, you can't go. I mean, you can go, but I don't know what else is there.
Yeah, we can find out other route.
Okay.
Where is the phone?
We are on our way to see Tiffany Coates, who is an adventurer and a well-known figure in the motorcycling world. For a long time, Tiffany had encouraged me to visit a beautiful home in the far southwest of England. And finally, here we are.
So the reason we're here is we've come to see St. Leven Church, and it's quite old, I don't know how old, and we have the coffin stone here. And we have the cattle grid as well, which stops the cows coming into the churchyard.
So this is actually a cattle grid?
Yep.
Oh wow.
These gaps here. And then you've got the coffin stone. And in the old days when someone used to die, they would have the wake in the house. And people could come and say their farewells, and then they would bring the coffin with the dead body into the church for the funeral and to bury them in the graveyard. And so the men of the village would carry the coffin through the village, up over the hill and down into the valley to the church, and they would come to this point and they would rest the coffin on the stone. They've got the chairs or the seating each side that the men would then be able to rest, get their breath back, so they're not coming in huffing and puffing and all sweaty. And sometimes they would also have a clean shirt here, that this is where they would put on their best shirt for the funeral. So meantime the coffin is here, and then they get their breath back, they put their good shirts on, and they carry the coffin inside. And another bit about it was that it used to cost, well, it still costs money to be buried in a graveyard. And if, for example, it maybe have been a woman who's died whilst giving birth, and maybe the baby's been stillborn, you were supposed to pay for 2 bodies to be buried. And so sometimes they would, apparently the coffin would be here, and the church warden or someone would prise open the edge of the coffin and just check they're not trying to bury more than 1 person at a time to save money. So that's why you have the coffin stone as well. I can see you laughing at that. I don't know, it just seems like that makes sense.
Wow.
So yeah, and then they put it back down, and then they carry the coffin in and have the funeral.
So the English know how to tax people.
We're good at taxing for sure. So the church was first built in around 1400, and it's the Church of St. Leven, who was an Irish priest who came across from Ireland, and he used to live in our house actually. Well, it says he used to live in Budellen. His house was at Budellen. And then you walk across the fields and he would come down here, and he had like a little hermitage just above the beach, and he would sit and meditate and pray for days on end, and he would fish as well. He was famous for fishing. And they recently did some archaeological work, and they found they uncovered his original chapel down by the beach. Well, we call them hydrangea.
Ah, yes.
In Cornwall, they grow like weeds. And my friend is a florist in London, and sometimes you get like the flowers can be even bigger than that and such vibrant colours. And she said, oh my goodness, in a florist shop in London, they would pay £5 for one flower. And you look, they grow like weeds here. They're just everywhere.
Beautiful. So is it because it's warmer weather here, or what's the...
Yes, so we have the warmest climate in the UK. We're on a peninsula surrounded by sea. It will never get really hot, you know, in the same way that an island is usually cooler
Natural
than
climate
mainland.
based,
So because we don't get the intensely cold winters, so we almost never get snow. A lot of subtropical and tropical plants. So in my garden I've got a fig tree, an olive tree, banana tree.
Banana as well?
Yeah.
Wow.
Bananas grow on it, or
They don't. No. I've never had bananas grow on mine. I think I need to plant it somewhere a bit different. I don't think the roots can get very deep. But my friend in the next village, she's got full-size banana trees, and the bananas grow, but they don't ripen because we don't have the sunshine
well, okay, it's not sweet enough.
and the heat. Yeah.
Wow. Beautiful.
Punchy! There! There!
Pointy, very still, look. We should have brought her swim vest. Whoa! Achtung, Achtung, hold her, hold her! Okay, come! Vipsy! Come to me, come! Woo. Okay. Oh, yeah, wet dog. Okay, now we take a rest. Ah, yes.
Wow!
Do you want to be first?
Yeah? Oh, cool.
Either go over or under this rock and you keep on going.
Can you go still further?
Yeah, it goes right in.
cool. Wow. Whew. Crazy. You don't see anything now.
Keep going and it gets wider at the end.
Really? Okay.
You just need to hold the faith. You can't see anything.
Yeah. Ooh.
See what I mean? It starts to get wider.
Yes. And then how far does it go?
You're gonna keep going till you can't go any further, or you're at that point.
It's like it's going down here, like a hole, big hole.
Yeah. Wow.
Yes. I will. I don't know if I will fall down.
Do you want me to hold the camera?
No. How deep is it?
I don't know. It just depends what the sand has done.
Okay. No. It's a massive.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, maybe we should bring the
can't
torch
touch.
on the
Yeah.
phone.
Yeah. I don't want to fall into. It's. I tried to put my leg down, and it's just. I can't touch the. Wait a minute. No, it's gone. It's quite.
Wow.
It's quite deep.
Oh wow, that's new then.
Yeah. Good job that I didn't really step in. Pucci! What's wrong? Hello!
Going crazy because
Got her phone with her with a light.
Nice. So, we are back in our van and
back in our kitchen,
back in our kitchen.
which is basically the whole van also, right?
Actually, living in a van like this, it looks quite chaotic most of the time because we don't have so much space, right?
Yeah, it's if you don't put things away, it's just chaos.
Yeah.
That's
Okay.
the problem.
But anyway, where are we, Martina?
We are in Cornwall, the south of England, and
Close
it
to
was-
which city? What is the next city?
I don't know.
Plymouth. Anyway, so this is What's in the Fridge series, and I'm going to ask Martina what's in the fridge.
Very surprising question. Oh my god. All right. In the fridge today was this here.
Bacon,
Bacon in small pieces, and I already pre-baked it.
fried it. Yeah.
Yes,
You have to use the
Correct.
correct terminologies. Yeah.
Otherwise, people will be very confused.
Yeah. They'll start baking the bacon. Oh, maybe that's why it's called bacon. Maybe
Yes,
the baking.
Ooh, oh my god, the egg.
We have parked our car at a steep angle, so everything is kind of rolling down if you leave it. You can see that. Yeah. So this is how we slept. Actually, it was quite funny. Last night I had to ask Martina to move away a little bit, give me a little space because she was always rolling into me, and I was
Like the
just
egg.
basically falling off the bed. just like the egg.
It's a very easy thing if you fry the bacon because all the fat will go in one side of the pan.
So jack up your houses from one side, so you can have your frying pan at an angle without you having to do extra work.
What's in the fridge, you ask me? We got distracted.
Yeah.
So we got the bacon, as we already said, and we got some little bit sad looking herbs. Is it herbs?
Yeah, these are herb. Yeah. What is it?
It's coriander and
Oh, not all people like coriander. Like your father, for instance.
Oh, he hates it. And my sisters also. I guess coriander is this, either you love it or you hate it, right? Coriander, parsley, doesn't matter, whatever you have, you can use. So what we actually gonna cook today is bread balls. That sounds probably a bit strange, but since we are from Switzerland, we are used to very nice and good bread. No insults to anyone, but English just can't bake nice bread. Sorry guys, you're good with other things, but not with bread baking. So we end up with all this leftover bread, which we don't finish because it doesn't taste very good. And also I bought these oat cakes, which I thought they are sweet, but they were not, and we didn't eat them. So I'm gonna use up all these leftover things to make something that tastes very nice. Good, so you basically take your old bread. Here I'm using the oat cakes, make it small. Bread into small pieces. Just make sure that your old bread is still good and not...
So you have to avoid putting moldy bread in it. You could use it, but I think, you know, you don't want to have green bread balls, right? Strange looking bread. What happened here?
The mouse been eating.
Oh, it's a mouse.
Or maybe the mouse called Dylan because he likes the inside of the bread more than the outside.
Don't tell me that I did that.
I don't know.
Huh? No, I never do things like that.
Never, ever.
Never. I always get blamed. Yeah, it could have been Punchy.
We should not put people off here this show when we say the dog is eating our bread and the mouse. Don't put in stale things, no.
No, actually, Punchy is, you know, she's a bit of a rascal when it comes to interacting with other dogs or other cats or other people. She can really get, you know, aggressive and grumpy when she doesn't know them. But she is very disciplined when it comes to, like, she never eats food off our plates. So she's a pretty well-behaved dog. Do you agree?
Yes, I agree. Gonna dust this off. So you nicely soak that old bread that it gets soft again. You can use milk with water mix, you can use only milk, and you can of course also use vegan milk. That works all. And it looks like I have too much bread and too little milk here. I need to have maybe a little bit more milk on top. And then you let that sit and soak for like 5 to 10 minutes until it gets soft. In the meantime, you can prepare whatever has to go inside. Spring onion. The cheese.
So what kind of cheese is this?
Well, I took the cheddar cheese since you're in England.
Oh, I love cheddar.
Yes, and for you also I bought this. Oh. I got another little machine. You must be wondering how many kitchen machines I have living in a van, but...
Oh, yes. All thanks to me, because I allow you to get all these kitchen machines.
You don't even know that I have them. I just buy them.
Don't you think you should, you know, get my permission? Because, you know, since we have a small van, you know, I'm
responsible.
Yeah. So I have to make sure that we're not over the weight limit and get fined by the police.
The easiest way not to be over the weight limit is when you lose some weight.
All right. Cheeky wife. This is why my wife is nice and slim.
Hard work. Cooking is hard work.
So, Nice and small pieces.
Yes.
Do you know how much bread we waste in a year? Are there any statistics?
You mean we as humans or?
Yeah, or in Switzerland or in any particular country?
No, I don't know about the bread, but I know that there is still much too much food waste, and that the bigger part of the food waste is actually not the supermarkets who throw away food because it's not good anymore. The bigger part is actually really the households who buy too much and who don't use it.
Mm-hmm.
So a lot of times we blame the supermarkets that they throw away good food, but it's actually us families at home who buy too much. If your bread is already a bit harder, you just have to let it soak longer than when it is maybe from yesterday. Then you don't need to soak it for that long.
So our little one seems to be pretty knocked out.
Yeah, we've been on a long walk this morning. Then you have to mix everything together.
So it basically becomes a dough.
Yes, and important is to put enough salt and other spices. And then actually I thought I have to put in an egg to make it stick together, but since I put the old oatmeal in, which we didn't like, that oat is doing the trick already, so I have a very sticky dough. Now what I do next, I bought that, I don't know how good this is.
What is this?
It's a Fry Light. It's a cooking spray. Yeah, that's my Omnia baking oven. It's not hairspray, no? It just smells like. Then you just form little balls. Or bake the bread balls in a baking oven, or if you are in a van and you don't have an Omnia, you just fry them with a little bit of oil in a frying pan. Since we want to eat the bread balls not alone, I'll make a spiced up vegetable soup.
Since we're not going to eat the bread balls alone, I thought you were going to invite somebody.
You can go find someone outside, I don't mind, there is a lot.
So we're going to eat bread balls with soup.
Yes, the bread balls are like the snack to the vegetable soup. Since it's not a nice day again, it's a good day to eat soup. And I have some kind of little pieces and parts of leftover vegetables, so just toss them in.
You will find the bread bowl recipe in the video description down below. And if you don't want to miss our next video, please subscribe us and don't forget to hit the like button.